Good evening, all. Thank you very much for tuning into All India Runners Motivation. It's a channel where we take interviews of all the legendary sports person and especially runners from our country, India. And today's guest is a legend. He has been he's represented India for 13 years, winner of 51 national medals. He's an Asian Games medalist and also a medalist at the Asian Track and Field Championships in the year 1979. He was the fastest man of India for many years, and after his sports career, he actually excelled as a coach. He's an NIS certified coach, and currently he is also a corporate trainer, and he actually takes training, especially in a field called as stress management, which is an interesting subject. He is also helping out to spread the message of fun, fitness, and keeping ourselves fit, especially as the persons are getting older. And he's the chief dreamer of that club, and he has got more than 1,000 people who are trained under him. It gives me great pride and pleasure to introduce today's guest. He is a legendary the sprinter all the way from Kerala, Mr. O.L.Thomas.
Thank you very much, Rajesh, for giving me this great opportunity to be connected. Really, it's a very pleasure, very enduring day for me. All my work has come to this culmination of this day. Perhaps this is going to be a wonderful day. We are all looking forward to meet different people on the line. All India Runners Motivation is giving a great opportunity introducing old-time sports person like Amit Bakshi sir, and I would like to start a big salute to him because he is from Indian Air Force like me, and definitely Neeraj Chopra. He is another salute for him for winning a gold medal from Olympic Games in our lifetime. He could do that. It's a great honor for as far as India is concerned. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. I know that you go for your long walks, especially in the evening, but I thank you for making the time and coming for the interview.
No problem, Rajesh. This is a great pleasure. This is talking to the Indian runners. Though I missed my walk today, but morning I have done it enough. Okay, from 7 to 9 I do in the morning, training elderly people and others that I have done already. Okay, so let us
Thank you.
begin.
So, can you start by telling a bit about your childhood, especially?
Yes, I was always a healthy, happy and playful child. Right from the age of 6, I used to climb trees, coffee trees adjacent to our Haveli type of big house. We had about 4 acres of land with other paddy field and things like that. We were living in a joint family, 3 uncles along with my father, 3 aunties. Aunties were married, 2 of them married. A younger, 1 auntie children came back as father and mother both expired. So 9 girls junior to me. I was the eldest and others were all younger to me. In one joint family, you think about that particular situation. Okay? So we were always playing. We were very fond of playing, all of us, including girls, everyone. Okay? So we were from the Olekengal family of Pavarati, adjacent to, very close to Kanoli Canal, Peringad, Vermenad, Puvattur, Mullesheri, all these places are adjacent. And I have joined first Little Flower School, junior school to St. Joseph School. St. Joseph School was is situated at Pavarati and built in 1905. And that was the school with 2 physical education teachers, YMCA, and they were what you call CMI fathers. CMI fathers were running that school, and that school has produced so many good sports persons, including volleyball player C.P. Anthony, from whom I have derived inspiration.
Okay. Thank you for the answer. So at childhood, what games did you play?
We play in Kerala, we have the dodgeball type, not ball actually, dodging game, something called, just like something like Kho. We call it Uppum Patshi. Uppum Patshi means we just give some name, and thereafter I moved out to play tennis ball. Tennis ball like football. All kids used to play that. And I used to always have one ball in my pocket. Okay, whether I go to school or anywhere, there will be one. Always a ball with me. And that is why nowadays I have written a story, my ball, my buddy. My ball, my buddy, my buddy, my ball. Okay, there is a big story lineup writing I have been doing for last 7 years. Okay, and tree climbing used to be my bigger asset. Later on I come to know that it promotes braveness, you see, climbing trees. And I started climbing bigger trees to get ripe mangoes and jackfruits and things like that. Even papaya trees, climbing, and ramphal, you know ramphal? Instead of Sidafal, there is something called ramphal. Atafal in Kerala. Okay. So I used to climb those, and even papaya trees and many other trees I started. Even once I climbed even toddy tapping trees also at the age of 7 or 8, like, see. Okay, so we were having a business. We are actually from landlord family. Apart from that, we used to have booming business running in Cochin. We were suppliers of coir materials, coconut oil, dry shrimp. Dry shrimp is also packed and sent abroad to England. And those companies were known as Wolcott Brothers and Pearsleys. And eventually, after Second World War, they have invented the barbed wires. Barbed wires were invented, and therefore the cloth strings and coconut strings were out of fashion, or it was costly for transporting from Kerala to England. So the business went down terribly. It was crashing, like, you know, and we have lost quite a lot of land. Instead of by selling, we have to make up the loss, and 2/3 of the property was sold at that time, sometime in 50s.
Okay. Okay. Before we continue, I just want to let you know, Jnanasekaran sir is saying hello to you. He says, great to see you after so many years.
Jnana, how are you? Keeping fine? May God bless you. Okay? Okay. So wonderful. So wonderful.
So you said the volleyball player, Mr. Anthony, actually, drew inspiration from him. What were the things which inspired, which gave you inspiration actually from him?
I went and simply sat around and seeing him play. So he was a good high jumper as well. High jump and javelin throw also he was doing. That time I never knew. I'm talking about 1962. And he told me, Thomas, you being from such a family, going to army or navy, it doesn't work. So better you join Indian Air Force. And after joining Air Force, promote sports like anything. And that is how I have in one go I have completed my SSLC at the age of 17 precisely. Just after 17 I have joined Indian Air Force. And that too, my father hidden my first call letter, which was not given to me, and I was making the rounds of post office, and postman was a friend of my father. The letter was given to my father, and he was not letting me go. And he took me a vow from me later on. After 4 months, when another letter came, okay, closer to Christmas, 1963 Christmas Day, I left after lunch. I left for joining Indian Air Force towards Bangalore. So he took me, he had taken me a vow from me that you will never put down your head down, never, you should be upright all the time, and you must keep up our family tradition. Even if that is the situation, then only I will send you. Otherwise, we don't need you to go and work somewhere here and there. That was that is how I have proceeded towards Bangalore, and from there we were sent to Tambaram, and we were that engineering engine, flight mechanic engine. That is what the training. After 10 months of training, I was posted to Hasimara. That is far extreme eastern part of West Bengal, closer to Assam.
Okay.
And there I was only playing football. In fact, I was only a football player. I was never an athlete. But this physical education teachers made us to do all long jump, triple jump, high jump, pole vault, all kind of, and 100 meters and 800 meters and small field around. So they were promoting sports like anything. It's amazing, really. It is only a 7-side football ground around which they used to put a track like, and it is sand dune type of, we were closer to seashore, so it was all sandy field we were playing football over there, you see. And once I have somebody told that option football is put up in the notice board. Thomas, we don't have ball to play during vacation, so I ran home, and that money piggy bank was broken. I got only 2 or 3 rupees. With that I came back, all thing, and auction 2.5, 3 rupees auction football we were fetching for playing in the summertime. April and May used to be summer holidays, and that time also we were playing. And I used to do anything for the purpose of playing, you see, sacrificing, fetching money from here and there, from my family being rich. Other children were dependent on me for purchasing this, that, and all sort of. That kind of compassionate mind also we had, you see.
Okay. So that's an interesting story about breaking a piggy bank to buy football. And that also in auction.
Yeah, it was another option, you see.
So tell us about your Air Force days. You were great as a footballer. When did the shift to running start?
Yeah. Asimara, there was one senior player. That time there was no coach as such. Senior players take up the task of coaching, see. So I was playing always from right wing. That is the position I was comfortable with. So one day he told me, Thomas, from today onwards you are going to play a left extreme. He said, sir, I can't even kick one good shot out of my left leg. He said, don't worry, you just hook and take it, turn around and take a shot by the right itself from the left extreme. But today onwards I am going to train you for developing your left leg. Then he started giving me passing ball, and I used to kick. Within about, that was around 18 years, you see. And what happened? My kick developed like anything. And both the leg I could able to shoot from right as well as from left. Thereafter, he told me, Mr. Nair told me, hats off to him, you play in the middle. I said, what are you saying? I am being a kid, can I play center forward? No, you are the one suitable. You have got speed. One man forward, and 4 others will follow you, and they will keep feeding you ball. And that is how I used to go, and like an interceptor, Indian Air Force fighters, I was working with number 4 squadron at Asimara, and those aircrafts, how they go and intercept, keep the ball away from the post. He used to say, you are the one capable of doing that. And in between I used to score also. You see, that is how I started playing. And from the entire number 4 squadron, in order to obtain MiG-21, we had gone to Jamnagar, and from there we had gone to Chandigarh. And Chandigarh team, I was again playing football over there. From there, inter-wing football tournament was happening at Palam, New Delhi, and I was declared as top scorer, which senior players were tracking. I was not tracking. I was not looking at the newspaper. My game was always crazy, playing faster game, how fast I can move, how fast I can shoot, this kind of stuff. You see, so somebody told that, Thomas, you are the top scorer, and finally knocked down tournament final 4-0. 4-0 our team wins. 2 was directly scored by me, another 2 was supplied by me because of my sprinting ability. The ball was going out. I went and stopped and brought and some other one Maskrin from another Malayali from Trichur. He came running. I used to pass him and he used to simply touch it in. That much only work he was able to. So he scored 2 and I scored 2. Okay. Then finally what happened, when selection came, the selecting coach, I don't want to name his name, he says, this boy is a kid. He is shooting out all the balls, but though he is scoring, but let him grow up little more, we will select him next year. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Okay, then one famous football coach was watching our game. He came from Kanpur. His name is San Singh. And Mr. San Singh went and gone back to Kanpur and informed all the players there that one boy is coming. He is a great footballer. We have to plan all our games to stop him from scoring. When the tournament was supposed to be held at Bangalore, and when they reached there, they were looking for Thomas, and I was not there in the team at all. Immediately what happened, I gone back to Chandigarh. I went looking for sports department. I went, which is the tournament now left behind. I have not got selection in the command, ordinary command team. So what could I do? So I want to get into any command team. So he said, the sports officer out there, he said, at Chandigarh, he said, only athletics is left. I said, wonderful. I can do athletics. I used to do some run. Triple jump is my favorite. High jump I used to come first. Pole vault I have tried. So let us see. He said, that time sports officer told, today one truck is going towards Chandigarh. It's about 16 kilometers. So have you got a cycle? I said, yes. So put that cycle in the truck, go along with one boy, Gill is coming, and hockey team is going to play. I went along with the team outside Chandigarh Air Force Station, 12-wing Air Force Station. It's about 16 kilometers. And hockey tournament they were going to play. Indian Air Force team was playing that day. And I met Senior Balbir, Senior Balbir, Olympian Senior Balbir over there. Yeah. And I talked to him and all that. And Milkha Singh and Senior Balbir had some tussle there in Chandigarh for the senior post or something. That is, you forget about all that. And then taking the cycle, we went to 7th sector. 7th sector, there is an athletic track. Adjacent to that, there is a badminton hall where Milkha Singh used to come and play table, shuttlecock. So I met Coach Khalon. It's another Sardarji. Khalon name among Sardarjis is a separate Sardarji group. So he said, okay, you want to do jump? Okay, we'll try triple jump. I had a spikes with me, old spikes. So that with that I started doing triple jump. And one day he told, Thomas, you have to give time trial along with one boy is going to represent university, Punjabi University. He is going to Kerala. Calicut or somewhere he is going. So we want to give time trial. He said, okay, I will run. Can you give him a thing? He said, okay. Gill said he has got a stopwatch. Coach Kalon said, I also got a stopwatch. So I will give you how to take a start. 2 blocks were brought. I was first introduced how to sit on a block. I never knew.
Okay.
And then he said, you simply run, but your timing will be taken. That boy's timing also will be taken, and you don't give up. You completely full time. Even run beyond the line 5 meters. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Beyond the line 5 meters you have to run. That is your target. You run through. That's it. I said, okay. I didn't know. And he gave me the start. Somebody gave me a start, and two of them, Gill and Kalon, both were in the finishing line, and starting itself I was ahead of him, and I just ran and finished. And this Gill was seeing the timing and he was jumping around. I said, what the hell are you doing? He said, what timing you ran? He said, no, I don't know. But I ran, I came first and this boy was behind. I said, what timing? I never knew anything about timing, you see. And he said, you ran 11 dead.
11 seconds.
Ran 11 seconds today. And services players also doing 11 seconds. Air Force is doing 11-2, 11-3, 11-4. So you are already selected for, likewise, he is telling what services team, you will be straight away going to be in services team. I said, what are you saying? And then what is the world record? He is a very good statistician, this Gill, Gill. He keeps all the records. So he motivated me. He was telling me, look, Thomas, you are sure to be in the services team. That much I can guarantee you. Then he said, what is the timing of world record? World record is so and so. Then he said, 400 meters world record is somewhere closer to 44 seconds. So that means 4 times, I was calculating mentally. So I was telling him, in that case, if I go on working hard, I can also make world record, 44 seconds. Is it? He said, that is far away. You just wait. I was not knowing. I was like a fool. I was telling all these things. I will try. If that is possible, I will try for that also. But by then I never knew Indian record was 45.6 Milkha Singh's timing. Okay, and he was coming here there to play. But Gill only introduced me to Milkha Singh also. He said he is coming every day. He is the best 400 meters record holder. But Milkha Singh used to encourage me to take up 400 meters later, much later. Okay. Within few days, one G Singh came from Indian Air Force. He was a trained coach, and that within weeks, after 10 days, we had gone for our interwing competition that was to be held at Adambur near Jalandhar. Okay, Adambur Air Force Station. There I met Keeler brothers, that famous pilot.
Okay.
65 World War, Pakistan War famous pilot Keeler.
Yeah.
His name is an Anglo-Indian. He was very fond of me. Anyway, so I have reached Adambur, and there I was defeating the reigning Air Force champion. Okay, and he's a Tamil person. His name I was remembering. Anyway, and then 100 and 200 meters I defeated him, and then I was in the Air Force, Western Air Command team. From there we had gone to Kanpur for inter-command, and people like Kutti, O.N. Nambiar, all those people were assembling there. Entire team of Indian Air Force comes there from various parts, 6 teams comes, and there I started defeating everyone. Okay, 100 and 200 I was specialized at that time, and relay. both the relays I was running.
Okay.
And, okay. And from there, 68 came. By then what happened? Sorry, from Kanpur, our team travelled to Meerut for services meet. Services meet, I came second in 100 meters and first in 200 meters. As Gill said, predicted that you are in the services team. And I was immediately selected to the services team. And one Mr. Sirke is from Pune. He is no more anyway. And because Sirke was the coach of services team looking after sprints. So what happened was, they made me to, he convinced me, Thomas, you have a brighter future in 100 meters. So better I shift you to 100 meters. 200 I will give it to Sucha Singh, and Sucha Singh was there and A Singh was there. One A Singh. A stands for I don't know, but one A Singh, both Sardajis were there. And they were good in 200 meters also. So finally what has happened, 100 meters, my entry is gone in the nationals for 100 meters and relay. Relay, myself, one Sugumaran, one Baby and one Isaac from Navy. We four of us were making the team. Okay, and other group 200 and 400, Sucha Singh was Sucha Singh, and Sriram Singh also arrived in that very competition. He was also there. They were making the 400 meters relay. All right. So 100 meters, I have qualified for the finals at Fateh Maidan at Hyderabad. Are you listening?
Yeah.
Okay, Fateh Maidan. And I ran such a race up to 60 meters. First time running in the nationals, I was leading at 60 meters. Immediately I was thinking, what is happening? My concentration lost a bit. Suddenly two of them, not Rajashekaran, and one Qasim and one Prasad, YSP Prasad, and myself finished together, and he was given third place, I came fourth. I was happy. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I was happy because coming fourth is a big thing. And finally, what has happened? 4 into 100 meters relay, in which we four made the gold. So first athletic nationals itself, I have come back with the gold.
Okay.
That was the greatest achievement I have at that time in 1967, December.
So you never looked back at football?
Never. That day when I was not selected, that day I have decided I will not play any more football, because individual game I must be excelling further.
Okay.
That is what.
So how was your family reaction when you won the gold?
You see, my father was against. I was not even writing my family, writing letters also, but somebody in the public gallery was from my village. He went home and told, do you know what your son is doing nowadays? He said, he is in Air Force, he is fine, he plays football, that much I know. My father says, my father is Louis, so O.T. Louis. He is saying, is he playing? He is coming first in India. Said, my God, like that he was telling. He is still at his own game. I thought he will, after joining Indian Air Force people will control him at least. I am not able to control, which I was not able to. Okay.
So did he receive a letter of pride or anger?
No, later on, that gentleman who was watching from the gallery was slightly related to us also. He convinced my father, he has got a bright future through sports, working in Indian Air Force, and you will need not to regret about it. And don't punish him. He used to beat me. When I come back playing, I used to get good thrashing from him. That it's okay. It's a part of the game. You see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, your first nationals, you won the medal,
Gold.
your
Relay.
medal
Relay
and gold,
gold.
relay
Yeah.
gold.
Yeah.
When was your first national camp? When did you go for the first national camp, and
Yes,
how was your
that is what.
experience?
That is a very good experience. You see, when I came Open Nationals fourth place, and interstate also happens that year I did not go. I had no team to run. Punjab team never invited me. Kerala is far away, so either of these teams only I can represent. So I could not go. Okay, though I wanted to. I inquired and all, it's too late and this and that. Finally, that year I did not go. But 1968, I started representing Punjab. 68 and 68 it was held at Jalandhar. Okay, and there I defeated Ajmer Singh, Professor Ajmer Singh.
Yeah.
200 meters Asian Games gold medal winner, or 400 meters Asian Games medal winner from Chandigarh. And I have defeated him, both of us representing Punjab. Okay, and G Singh, and I used to stay at that time from Chandigarh, I used to go to stay at Adhampur, and nearby Adhampur is nearby Jalandhar, and there I have gone along with G Singh. G Singh used to accompany me all the time from there onward. And when I did not get selected for Olympic Games 1968, Mexico, again I was upset. I rushed to Delhi, and G Singh also was asked to accompany. Okay, that time no telephone, nothing. So I landed there, and I stayed there 1 or 2 days. I got an appointment with Services Team Secretary and Air Force Sports Control Board also there. I said, I am being fourth in an Open Nationals that is valued as one of the best nationals, better than interstate competitions, and my name has not appeared in the newspapers. 8 sprinters were called in, and my name is nowhere. So I said, it may be a miss. They might have mistaken for something else. And then I said, they have included me. At Delhi I went, and from Federation, this Services Sports Control Board and Air Force Control Board put together, they tried to alert this matter to Athletic Federation. Placed in Delhi, and from there my name was included. And I have landed up there in Patiala for the camp. 1968 Olympic camp. When I reached there, people were upset. I don't want to name. Okay, a coach, he was saying, you taken your own decision and you've gone to Delhi, you came unnecessarily. I never even seen him before, you see. See, this type of people are there in athletics management, you see. How India will improve, tell me.
Yeah. Okay. So you got inside the camp, and how was apart from this, were there any positive experiences for you?
No, we were staying in Patiala. We have an Air Force unit, small unit. We used to, myself and Shetty, one Mr. M.G. Shetty, who was a decathlete. He also won medal from Asian Games. We both used to stay away, 10 kilometers away. And from there we are coming by cycle to NIS Patiala. After training we go back. And we used to stay in that camp in the unit, one signal unit was there. And that is how we have done that year. That we were not in the camp. Are you listening?
Yeah.
We were not in the camp as such, but we were included in the camp.
Okay.
Okay, that is what happened.
Okay.
And then what happened? Mexico trial happened there in Delhi. Railway station railway stadium, Delhi, closer to old railway station, and there we, four of us, myself, Tavde, Kenneth Powell, and Rajasekaran. Rajasekaran, another sprinter was the Tamilian, one baby Thomas, and Ramaswamy also came there, but he was not included in the team. Okay, he was a bit too young, see. And then four of us were made to run. Quickly we made a exchange taught by Jagmohan Singh, and we gave trial. See, four people from far away, from different places come, get into the team, and not even one day we have done any exchange, and suddenly we were asked to, and we have done closer to 41 seconds, 41.1. Wow. Qualifying was 41 for Olympic Games. And this team was not given a second trial chance, whereas 4x400 relay team members were taken to Patiala. They were far away behind qualifying, and they were given another chance.
Okay.
For the Mexico, but finally they could not do it. And then Praveen Kumar and Bhim Singh, high jumper Bhim Singh.
Yeah.
Along with Boston, Mr. Boston also accompanied them to Mexico Games.
Okay.
Praveen Kumar discus throw and hammer throw, and Bhim Singh high jump. And he says we went there and we jumped first height only, we dropped.
Okay.
That is how it is. Okay.
So at that time there are a lot of sprinters, can you just name few of them whom you were influenced or inspired?
See, Tavde, initially he was not he was a senior person, family person maybe, so he came late, only towards trials he comes. So the case with Powell also was not completely staying, and he joined in the middle of he may be having responsibility, they are very senior people. So myself, we used to have A.P. Ramaswamy, we used to have Pannappa, P.C. Pannappa, and who else? And we used to have Nadarajan. One Nadarajan sprinter used to be there.
Yeah.
And I think he joined a bit late. And one some other boys from services were also there. And who else? Sucha Singh used to be there for 400, and we were in a group. We used to have 100, 200, 400, all used to be doing training together.
Okay. Just wanted to let you know, Hargobind Singh Sandhu sir from US, former coach.
Okay.
He is also joined in and listening to you.
Oh, wonderful.
So he said he had met you in Kottayam in Kerala.
Okay. Kottayam, Kottayam, Kerala, I came first in 200 meters, and 400 meters I had a hamstring injury. Actually, injury was from the relay. Explosive event I did for winning the relay. I was to run flat out, and I was doing the final leg. And what happened after the race? Next day morning, I was unable to walk.
Okay.
So 400 meters, a dream perished over there.
Okay.
Because Jagmohan Singh, see, 72. Actually, Kottayam Nationals happened in 72. 71, entire 71, Jagmohan Singh was training me, and that is the time Bangladesh liberation happened.
Okay.
And my commanding officer, E. Thigara, was Commodore, Air Commodore. Air Commodore told Thomas, don't call Thomas back. He is on a mission, Olympic Games. Because after Olympic Games, if I go Olympic Games, immediately I will be commissioned as commissioned officer. So, what a chance I missed due to that one injury. Because my parents were, my parents were coming to see me run, you see, at Kottayam from Trichur. And that is how I went there. Mr. Jagmohan Singh warned me, Thomas, please don't go if you can. He said, sir, my parents have never seen me running, and they want to see me run because they cannot come to Patiala or Delhi or any other place, but they are village people. So if I go to Kottayam, at least they will be able to come. That is how I went. But it was a big, what Jagmohan Singh told was perfectly, that is what happened. You are likely to get, because speed work was not done. That is 71. That time I met Selvera, you know, Alex Selvera. Alex Selvera came and timed once 49 seconds. Off-season timing, you see. That is off-season. And later on, I was telling, sir, I am not improving my speed. Said, you want to see your speed? Jagmohan Singh asked me. Said, yes, sir. So immediately what he did, he gave me 4 or 5 days rest, like, you know, recovery. And then he made me run. And that day I ran 47.6.
Oh, okay.
So to convince me that you are peaking, your peaking is yet to come. You just relax and listen to me. And I was alone staying in a band barrack. That Patiala Palace has got a band barrack, and there I used to simply stay alone. Morning, not even a single day I miss my training. Morning or evening, whatever number of repetition he says, I will complete it. Others will skip in between. But I am a person who obey or do whatever is told to do.
Okay. It's amazing that you talked about the concept of peaking.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
How I got that injury? When we go to any nationals, you will find newly laid out tracks, you see, not even rolled, not even poured water, and soft mud we have to run. Timing will never come. You will never get a good timing in any of the nationals because they are all maintained very badly. Okay, so I got a misbalance when I was running that 100 meters relay or something. Somewhere there was a ditch, like, you know, and that ditch was enough to pull my hamstring.
Okay.
You got it. You are a coach, so you know how careful one has to be.
Okay. So before the interview, you're talking about the concept of P1, P2, and P3.
Yeah.
Can you just explain it for the audience? This audience, the concept of peaking at the right time. What is this all about? And
Peaking,
something which a lot of people miss.
They do not know how to explain either. You see, peaking doesn't stay. Once you have peaked, it will stay hardly for 10 or 15 days. Have you got that concept right?
Yeah.
Peak, you once attained, you are not going to hold on with that, you see. You will come down straight away after 10 or within 10 days. That's what I believe. It varies from man to man. There is no hard and fast rule. By time and error, you have to calculate those things. How many days you are able to hold on, things like that. Okay? So P1 is called off-season. Off-season time, lot of strength training activities have to be done. And I used to do lot of jumps. I used to do 400 meters hopping and stepping. Hill, that is called bounding exercises. Repetition of 400 meters. For improving 400 meters sprint, you see. Clear?
Yeah.
High hurdle jumps we used to do, lot of circuit training we used to do. I was one athlete used to do heavy weight training. Okay. Those days sprinters were not doing so much of weight training. So I used to do heavy weight training during off-season. And when mid-season comes, I reduce my workload, but repetition increase. And even competition time also, I used to do light weight training. Clear?
Okay.
Now, As far as what you call off-season jogging is concerned, sprinters are mostly one-time trainers. Jogging, morning time 4-5 kilometer jogging and stretching and flexibility exercises to be done. But only evening time track workout or weight training activities, circuit training, interval training, okay, and speed workout like 30, 40, 50, 60, Jagmohan's way of 60 you touch and then 80 sometime and come back from 80, 60, 40 likewise. Go upward and go come back, and that is 2 sets, 3 sets accordingly. Okay, and this is how we gradually come up towards what you call the peak. But I used to do certain tricks, which I will tell you, Rajesh. I used to do downhill sprints. You might have on ordinary tracks that is not possible. At Telco Colony, over the stadium, there is a road coming from water tank. From there I used to come down sprinting, closer to, in order to attain my peak, to enhance my frequency of steps, you see.
Okay.
I think you got it?
Yes, it's just improving the cadence.
Yeah. Off-season time, sometime I may go sprinting upward time, see, upward thing. Off-season time, I used to go to Chavakat beach during vacation. I spent my 2 days on the beach. Okay, low tide, sand, stiff sand, water sprints I used to do a lot. I advised even Oin Nambiar on this, you see, and Oin Nambiar used to make PT Usha do this, whatever I used to tell. But that time PT Usha, I never knew PT Usha. I only met when she was a small girl, and later on I never met her till date. Okay, but Oin Nambiar used to ask me at Patiala 70 before Asian Games. That time he was doing NIS. He used to come with a diary every day, whatever training you have done today, and explain why you have done this, what for you are doing this, and this and that. And I was always a helpful person. If someone comes to learn from me, I am the first person to spend all my time discussing this kind of training methods and things like that.
So when did this name Thinking Sprinter, was coined for you?
Yeah, that was done by Upender Singh and Lokesh Sharma. These two from Delhi. They were aspiring journalists at that time. And they came and asked me, we like to interview you. So they came, and I don't know who actually thought of this correct heading as far as I am concerned. So I used to, as a child, when I was playing football, I used to do strength training. In our courtyard, we used to have this straw heap thing stored, and it is sold out to cattle nearby. Small poor people used to come. They used to have one man. So many. I think it will be 20 kg or 25, something like that.
Okay.
I used to lift this and throw, like medicine ball. I used to lift this and throw, and once throwing, what happened? That top broke.
Okay.
Okay.
I hope you didn't fall.
There is a rope entering hole was there, and that stuff on the top is broke. And I quietly, hidingly, I kept it. I am the person who did it, but my father, if he comes to know, I will get another beating for it. You see?
Okay. It doesn't matter how old are you.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. He gets very angry, you see. He wants to, he was expecting me to become a very good student, very good in everything. So that is why he was trying to restrict me. Don't go after sports, it will damage you, see. That kind of thinking was there in the older time, parents. And being the eldest in the family, everybody had greater expectation from me.
Yeah.
So that was getting perished, you see, when I'm running after sports so much.
I'm sure, my next question would be like,
Yeah.
something which all your family would have been proud. One of the greatest moments, 1970 Asian Games,
Yeah.
where you won the medal, along with famous teammates.
Yeah.
So tell us about that experience at the Asian Games and your race.
See, my race, I can tell you later. But before that, I was not made comfortable by coach over there. He was trying to remove my name from the listed athletes from the relay team. And Mr. Thaude, R.B. Thaude sir was next to me lying, and this 1500 meter, 5000 thing. What is his name? Secura.
Edward Secura.
Edward Secura. Three of us were in one room. You see, Thaude was repeatedly telling me, Thomas, you don't ever give away the chance to baby Thomas. He came as a standby athlete, and he was not getting a slot to run. To enter a stadium, athlete coming and roaming around, not getting a chance. Whereas my entry was there for 100 meters, 200 meters, and relay as well. Okay? So as the race progressed, relay happened first, I believe. So we won already medal. It was, you cannot imagine a boy like me, hardly 24-year-old, winning Asian Games medal, you see, with a national record. It was a very prestigious thing as far as we are concerned. I should thank Thaude sir for insisting me, don't give away your chance to others, because this coach was after me to remove me from the team so that I could run 100 meters and for 200 meters, you see. And I am every time in the stadium. 100 meters heats is happening, semi-final is quarter-final is happening, semi-final is happening, and final is coming. In between, I have to run 200 meters heats. See, I am coming home, I am coming to the hotel room, taking a shower, packing my bag, going back to stadium. Our coaches are not professionals, not giving rest to me, you see. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
And in between, what happened? I have qualified for the final. And the person Ramaswamy was running, he was not a perfect starter, you see. Though people say he is good, I also admire him. He is like my friend, you see. He is my close buddy. We were same age maybe. So I was telling Ramaswamy, don't try to beat the gun. He was beating the gun mostly. And Indian starters, except Muttappa and famous starters like Krishnaswamy, you had Bombay, you had Ulal Rao, you had what that Parsi gentleman name? His name Jad Padiwala. Jad Padiwala was also a good starter. And you see, every time he gets an advantage. He is beating me on the block, you see. People thought he is a very fast runner. He is no more. I have due respect for him. We are joint medal winners. So, in the 100 meters, he could not qualify for the finals, whereas I have qualified. And then I ran 100 meters. That time I had no starting block. My coach is not helping me to fetch a starting block. 2-3 times I was to take starting before the actual 100 meters and take little bit of rest and things like that. And that 100 meters final, all semi-final, myself also, 10.6, everybody did, including me.
Okay.
So it was anybody's final, anybody's medal, you see. And then finally what has happened? It's very interesting. 6 foul starts. I am a person till date or all my life, I never had a single foul start in my life. I am steady on the block, I take perfect start. That has gone, what called, automatized in my brain, you see. I cannot do foul start. Once what happened in industrial competition, 100 meters, I was sitting on the block and people completed the race. It was a foul start. At Durgapur this thing happened. Yes.
Okay. So,
so I got a diploma for 100 meters being final, in the final 6th place at Asian Games, and that was the first Indian to have done a final after 71 Asian Games.
okay.
After 71 Asian Games, no Indians have qualified for the final.
Okay.
Okay, and that was only 11 team participating time at that time. 11 team. 51 Asian Games, only 11 teams participated, 400 and odd athletes participated.
Okay.
I think Levi Pinto was winner, I believe.
Levi Pinto in the first Asian Games, he won. Yeah, he was the first guy to have that gold medal for both.
Yeah.
I think after Levi Pinto, then Yanashekaran sir was the second Indian to win medals for 100 and 200 meters.
Yeah.
Together in one Asian Games.
In 100 meters final to run, I was the next Indian.
Yeah. Okay.
Next or first Indian after Levi Pinto. Levi Pinto, that time it was, Asian Games was not matured as a game. It was in the format.
The first one.
First one.
And in 51.
Yeah, 51. Yeah. Only 11 team participated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your team was a blend of youth and experience. So we had 2 senior members, Tavade sir and Kenneth Paul sir.
I was a dependent starter. Jagmohan Singh set the team there in Patiala. So I was taken, 100 meters timing was taken on a curve for me. And I did 10.6 on a curve. I was a very good 200 meters runner as well. So starting was done by me. Second, Thavde, being a senior person, highly experienced, is receiving and giving to Kenneth Powell, 3rd place, on the bend. Excellent race he ran. And then Powell is another super duper, we can say. He's an excellent over the curve, you see. His style of running is highly suitable for running on a curve. And then Ramaswamy is receiving it. Ramaswamy has to run only 90 meters. Towards the end, after receiving the baton, only 90 meters. So he was the youngest in the team, and it was what a blunt of a super team it was, you see. And that was a national record.
Right.
Okay.
So that's how was the experience when you were receiving the medal?
Oh, I have a habit. I always stand behind.
Okay.
Even when I play football, I will send everyone ahead, and I will only enter after everyone is entered. You see, like a low profile person. So relay receiving medal came, Ramaswamy was sent ahead, everyone, and I am standing behind. Okay, you all go, because I am always a passive person. You see, low profile, not bothered. And finally, receiving medal time came. I am standing on the top of the victory stand. That I never expected. It was not intentional either. See.
Okay. So you continued the sprinting. 1979 was Asian track and field. Again, you won a medal. in between, you could not go for any other Asian Games. Any reasons
Yes,
why?
yes. I missed 3 more Asian Games. I could have been even in 82 Asian Games. I was there. I was very much on my top form. But you see, lot of things happened. 74, I had job problem with Tata Motors. But I had gone to Bangalore for attending coaching camp. And the national coach there is saying you have to put 10 rupees per day, 300 rupees straight away. I have not gone prepared carrying money, you see. Once someone is out of job. So what happened? I said, no, if you want to continue, you have to pay this much immediately. So I have no habit of begging people money or asking for money, this and that. And then I just sat there and decided, okay, let me go back. So I had so much of money and I have gone back to Jamshedpur. At that time I was staying in Jamshedpur with my family. My son was not actually even conceived, you see. Okay?
Okay.
And so 74, I just walked out. He said it felt insulting. If someone is out of job and these people are asking for money, they could have managed with the federation. Federation is definitely there. Federation is not a poor federation, it is a rich federation. They could have put money for me or something like that. And if the coach himself is not in favor of me, because he was happy that I am working out, you see. But Jagmohan was very upset. Jagmohan Singh was also there in Kandirva Stadium, this was happening.
Okay. That is sad.
Huh?
So that was a sad part.
Yeah, it was very sad.
Okay.
All right.
But so the 1979 Asian track and field, was it like a race with a vengeance?
Not like that. Before that we have 78 Asian Games also. 78 Asian Games, the trainees I have trained, like Harkamal. Harkamal was trained by me in Tata Motors. And he could qualify. Whereas one day before I was injured again.
Okay.
78 I'm talking about. 78 I was injured once again. So I missed that Asian Games as well. Okay. And then came 82. I have given up all other events and I was concentrating totally on 100 meters. All my trick training, everything I was doing, like downfield sprint, this and that, and everything mixed, and it was unbelievable the way I was running, you see. And then the coach of industrial competition was held, Open Nationals was held at Delhi, and when we went, we were staying in the hotel. This coach is telling me, your name is not there. I told you that Durgapur I sat on the block being foul start. You got it? Have you got it?
Yes. Yeah.
I am sitting on the block. I not even ran. Okay? And then what happened? Two, three people went ahead and won. But Steel Plant Sports Board, they have put my entry and Mr. Kochappan entry. And this coach is telling, Steel Plant coach is, Tata Steel coach is telling that both your names are not there. We will have a separate trial and at Delhi, National Stadium or India Gate area, and later on we will decide who will run and all that. And those two were not good sprinters, you see. And the nationals was happening, and my name and Kochappan's name is being called out. Kochappan was Tata Steel employee.
Okay.
Their name is being called out, and we are there in the hotel. He said, why are you people? I said, we will dress up and go. At least we will see. He said, no, you all stay here. you are not, you are not coming. By force we were made to stay in the hotel, and they all went, and while our names were being called out, we were not there, we were staying 20 kilometers away. And if I would have ran, I would have been there in the relay team again, at least relay team, if not in flat 100 meters, 82. So likewise I lost 3 Asian Games, not 1 or 2. 82 also I was very good at it. Once industrial time I ran a relay. Bosun was there at that time, he was there with the Tata Steel, and he had timed my 400 meters. I was doing the last lap, and he came and embraced me. He said, "Thomas, what a race you have ran." I said, "What?" "You have ran a world-class time today." The way I ran, 20 meter ahead someone was going. I closed up that first 20 meter, chased, give him a tail chase, and in between I relaxed in between till the curve, and 120, last 20 meter I pulled up, and inch by inch I was progressing, and on the tape I was ahead of him. That was a marvelous, memorable race I ran. And I was collapsing. Before that, Bosun lifted me from the falling of on the track, you see. And he said, "Thomas, what a race you have ran today is memorable, worth it. I wanted you to join me in Tata Motors, Tata Steel, but unfortunately you had gone to the wrong camp, Tata."
Another Tata.
Tata Motors, you see.
Yeah.
So Bosun was so impressed. Along with Bosun, one Barucha, Tata Steel Barucha, manager was there. Barucha was in charge of the sports affairs, welfare and sports, and he was also so highly impressed. And then Ramaswamy came once at Billai, one industrial time. I was winning 100 meters. Ramaswamy came and told Thomas, "I am really jealous of you. You are still winning. Everywhere you are there. Even I am not even able to do anything."
Okay.
I said, "AP, I have treated you like always a buddy, and I treated you with respect all the time. Whether you beat me or don't beat me, that's a different thing. And we were joint medal winners in 70. From there onwards, we are buddies. You meet me before dinner. If you want to come back, do you want to come back?" I asked him. "Yes, Thomas, no coaches are able to get me back to my track, old timing." I said, you come with a bottle of beer. Evening, before dinner, you come to my room, I will be waiting for you. After bath and all that. By then he came with 2 bottles of beer, and we were sipping beer, and I was asking him, "What is your problem, AP? You first confirm me, it's nagging problem I have. You always defeated me in 100 meters with foul start. Is it true or not? You tell me. You know you are a sprinter, I am a sprinter. I am not blaming." I said, "Yes, Thomas. I was treating you like buddy, but you are always going away from me. Why?" He said, "Once I start treating you like a buddy, I cannot foul start and defeat you." You got it?
Yeah.
And that is why I was treating you like an enemy and keeping you away from me. But today, the way you have called me, I cannot imagine that someone like, in spite of treating so badly against you, he is no more, he is not alive to vouch this matter." He said, "Don't worry. I will tell you what's wrong. You have put on weight because you have a habit of taking 4 or 5 bottles of beer in Bangalore pubs are too much, and everywhere you go and drink beer, and that glycerin is making you so much. Okay, so reduce your weight, keep practicing in the morning, at least keep jogging, and 5 kilometers you get rid of your excess weight, and you will come back, rest, evening training, whatever we were doing, you are doing, I know whatever we were doing, Jagmohan way of training, that you do. And within about 6 months or 8 months, he was back again on the track. And he, first thing he came and embraced me, said, Thomas, you are, no, he just used that B word and told these people, nobody has advised me the way you have advised me. So I'm so happy. That is how yeah.
I mean, it's an amazing story actually to hear about Mr. Ramaswamy.
Yeah.
When it comes to coaching, you are of the opinion that older athletes are all trained, or you are doing overtraining. What makes you say that?
You see, I met Lee Evans in 77 or 78. He came to Patiala for a convocation, and that time I was training him. I was unable to go near him, but by then we were having some team selected, and we were North Korea, South Korea war was about to happen, and in this track and field meet was supposed to be held there at South Korea, and we were asked to stay in the National Stadium. I saw Lee Evans walking around that place. Then I went, I know every nook and corner of National Stadium. So I ran up to the table tennis hall. I kept the door open. I saw 2 chairs placed, said good enough. And Lee Evans came walking around that in the National Stadium. So I went and I just wished him, bowed him, and told, I am Thomas, so and so, I am a international sprinter. I like to, the way you ran Olympic Games 1968, breaking 44 seconds, I am telling with the record, 43.8 I think he ran, and I'd like to ask you certain questions. Will you please give me 5 minutes time? He said, come. He put his hand on me and took me into please come, this hall is free. I kept 2 chairs for you. So we both of us sat face to face, and I have, sir, if you don't mind, can I lock this door? He said, yes, you have to lock it. And then he started talking. I said, sir, I want to ask you one precise question. How could you make that judgment of running 400 meters in perfect pacing, and what training have you done to get that perfect pacing of yours? That's all I wanted. Remaining thing. Then he asked me, you please tell me what all kind of training you people are doing. Then I said, sir, we are doing repetitions of 500, 300, 200, 150. And varying level, number of things different. Okay. He said, all these things were not suitable for 400 meters. 400 meters required 350 meters training. 3 meters, you put flags, how you run from the block, you take off from the block, run 60 meters, first 60 meters or 50 meters, put a flag, then another flag, likewise up to 350 you put flags and get that guidance. From there you will stop, further 30 meters you take for stopping, and walk back the entire distance, full recovery. Even if you are tired, take full rest, full recovery. Then he said, repeat again, same 350, timing is done. And when you start reducing your timing, you go on doing. Whereas if you are time is increasing, I mean, you are becoming slow, stop it straight away. In other words, he was trying to build ATP and speed endurance and sprint endurance.
Okay.
And judgment drilled into the brain to get the pace, correct pace. And he said, you are all overtraining. What is the use of doing 6 to 8 times 500 meters? 15, 20, 15, 10, 15 times 300 meters repetition? Maybe in off season you might do, mid season you might do, but power training, power work is also to be done along, and time you will be fatigued. You will not able to, after having done so much of over distance training, your body eventually become blunt, that sharpness will be lost.
Okay.
Any questions? Any further knowledge you want to know? Anything else you like to know? Ask me.
Okay. So that was amazing how you shared this information. How did it help? Did you change your style after that?
By then I was already 77. I mean, I have given up 400 meters. I was only doing 100 meters by that time. And unfortunately, I never got a sprinter in my lab. There in Burnpur, that 5-year-old, 10-year-old children I used to pick up and train them 10-15 years continuously. I made one good hammer thrower and so many good javelin throwers, hurdlers, but long jumpers, 1500 triple chasers, but I never got a sprinter in my lab.
Okay.
That is the most unfortunate thing.
After seeing the trainings of your time, how do you think currently our athletes are training? Your thoughts on that?
I have no idea how they train, what they are doing, because 40 years I never gone to NIS or any other competitions. Okay. I am not going even to witness athletic competitions. Can you understand? Can you imagine? So much of frustration athletics has given me, though winning medals and things like that. So much of wrong rubbing I have got from coaches, depriving, they are cheating, and so many things they are doing, backbiting. What are you saying?
Okay.
Once Suresh Babu came to train under me. I have defeated him in triple jump, you know that?
Okay.
15-10 I have done triple jump to defeat him. He came to train under me for 400 meters. So before he could come, I told him, you can come, because Harkamal was training under me. One Natarajan, now in USA, he was training under me. And I said, look, if you have come, whatever I do, you have to do. It's not that I order you to do. I am not a coach. You are training along with me. So I used to do the repetition of bounding exercise. Okay?
Okay.
400 meters repetition I did that day deliberately. I wanted to do 6 times. But that day I was in an angry mood. I said, today I will teach this person a lesson. You are playing with fire. He said, okay. I went on doing. I did 10 times. 10 400 meters pounding. Not an ordinary thing. And with leaping, just like. And he started asking me, what for you are doing this? He said, Suresh, I never asked you to question me. What I am doing, you have to do. I reminded him.
Okay. So it's been close to around 1.5 hours since this speaking has been wonderful.
Okay.
So I will come to my final question.
Yeah.
Final advice to athletes, who are just starting over. on what they should be focusing on if they want to be an athlete like you.
Wonderful. Once in Trichur, I was walking down. One coach taking a group of students, girls and boys, he came up straight away to me, he recognized me and asked me a pertinent question. Nowadays synthetic track has come into competition. So how do you, what in one word, how will you tell these students how to sprint? I just thought for a while and immediately I told, you must run the way you are running on fire. I'll repeat, the way you running on fire, and so that quicker interview frequency can be improved. So this is what the present, not the digging type of running is no more required, because synthetic track has come on which you have to run like lighter with lighter foot. One thing I forgot to tell you. 1979, in the hotel room, Ratan Singh came to me. He asked me, sir, I want to win a medal. I said, yes. Immediately one Sardarji from Malaysia, he brings and gives us a catalog type, rating of Asian ranking. I immediately picked up and said, you stand in the 6th place in Asia and 5 better runners are running with you. Is it true? He said, yes, sir. That's why I come to take advice from you. In my room, Adil Sumariwala was staying. He had gone out to the market, whereas I was writing a novel at that time called Dhaaham in Malayalam, first Malayalam novel about sports. So I had paper and pen, everything ready, kept there. He asked me, sir, can you please, he said, Ratan, you have come with a problem, but you tell me before, why have you come to me? All the national coach, everybody is rolling around. Why have you not gone to them? So he said, I don't have confidence in those people, but I have confidence in you. Why? I asked. So he said, everywhere we go, Thomas sir can solve all the problems of sports. Everybody is seeing. Okay, that's wonderful news. I never knew this. First time I'm hearing. Yes, sir. So much respect people have got. Even some coaches have told about this. Okay. So now it's your problem, it's my problem. Tomorrow I will make you win a medal. You go straight away. Go to that shop there. You take a punch. Take 1.5 peg brandy is there. You take it and sleep. Goda godi bech ke. No concern. Simply sleep. Your concern is my concern. And tomorrow only I will tell you how to run. Otherwise what happened? I have to think it over the night. Said, yes sir, I will carry on. So he went off. Next day morning after jogging and all, you come. He was afraid this little liquor will come to the blood test or something, he was afraid. He said, no, jogging, it will go off, it will not problem. Next day morning when he came, Adil Sumariwala was in my room. And he said, come, Adil, you come, hold your hand, all three holding the hand. Ratan is going to win a medal today. What medal? That will decide later. But for which he had to promise me that he will not give out the news to anyone, including Adil Sumariwala.
Okay.
Okay? Okay? I had planned everything. Paper, 4 pages of paper was kept ready. He said, Ratan, nobody is going to take you seriously. The moment in the corner when you start your 1500, first 300 meters you will go faster and make 30 meters gap from others. You have to do it. It's an order from me. I said, okay. And then thereafter I have put dots on the paper and give it shown him. Next one was full dots. Third one was half dot, half 200 meters dot. There I will be standing and telling you the distance being covered or whatever gap you are maintaining and all that. Never to look back. You are running closer to the track inside. And I am standing on the outer in the gallery, you see. So Olympic 1964 Olympic Games was held in that very stadium. And by then he reached, he did exactly after the bell when he came on the bend. He was 5 meters ahead at 200 meters point. And others were behind. And from there he said, you will have to run like mad, dash, 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 it was written and given to him. You keep it in your pocket, don't show anyone. He ran, he finished 10 meters ahead, he became first.
Okay.
So I was so happy. Okay, and entire interview was done. 10-15 TV channels people were lined up, and Deccan is not allowing any other people to give interview. Thomas sir, he is mad, he's gone mad, you see. And then finally when I ran 2 kilometers around the stadium, when I reached there, it took about 5-7 minutes, 10 minutes maybe. I was also excited. When I went there, he just fell down on my foot. He said, sir, I said, no, come on, come. We embraced each other and said, sir, आप interview दीजिए. So I said, I have worked a plan, and he ran the plan, and India got the gold. Everybody asking thousands of questions. I said, no, I worked a plan, he ran the plan, and India got the gold. And India was not getting gold at that time, except one Walker or so. Okay. So this is one medal contribution from my side as far as athletics is concerned in Asia.
Okay. So it's been great chatting with you, and I would really want to thank you for spending your valuable time and telling us a lot of stories and telling us about your achievements.
Yeah.
And I feel that maybe if you had also continued in football, you would have also done really well.
No, I was invited by P.K. Banerjee to play back once again in Mohan Bagan Club.
Okay.
I played only 5 days. But I did not like that way of playing. Application of speed was not there. So I am a man of speed, and I do everything, even play football or anything. Within third touch, I have scored a goal, within 6 to 10 seconds. Within 10 seconds.
That's wonderful. You told me the story that time.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Thank
you
very
and
much.
Jai Hind.
Thank you for, once again, let me thank you for, and all the listeners, they have, from far away, all over the world, people are listening, and this is something out of the way. You are doing a wonderful job, Rajesh.
Thank you, sir.
Otherwise, I don't know what knowledge is meant for, and you have taken out enough knowledge out of me today.
Okay.
May God bless you. May God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.